My girlfriend snorted. Get out. My ex is coming. I don't want him seeing the pathetic guy I date. I nodded and left the room. I screenshot her message and sent it to his fiancée, who I follow on Instagram. 20 minutes later, my girlfriend called me screaming from the party. I, 28, male, am watching my girlfriend's social life implode in real time. I had been with Maya, 26, for 2 years. We met through mutual friends, moved in together after 8 months, split rent 50-50. I thought we were solid. 20 minutes ago, I sent one screenshot to one person. Now my phone won't stop buzzing with notifications. Maya's calling me every 30 seconds. Her friends are texting me asking what happened. Someone just posted a video from the party. Let me back up. Last night, Maya texted me at 8:47 p.m. I was getting ready for her friend Rachel's birthday party. Big event, rooftop venue. Everyone from our friend group would be there. Maya had left early to help set up. Her message came through while I was putting on my jacket. Change of plans. Don't come up yet. My ex is here with his fiancée. Wait in the lobby for like an hour. I replied, what? I'm already dressed. 3 dots appeared. Disappeared. Appeared again. Then, actually, just go home. I don't want him seeing the pathetic guy I'm dating right now. I need to look good tonight. I read it twice. I screenshot it. Maya and I follow a lot of the same people on Instagram, including her ex's fiancé, Lauren. We'd actually chatted a few times at group events, bonded over our shared love of travel photography. I opened Instagram, found Lauren's profile, sent her the screenshot with one line. Thought you should know what's happening at Rachel's party right now. 20 minutes later, my phone lit up with Maya's name. She was screaming. Maya and I met at a friend's wedding in June 2 years ago. She was funny, ambitious, worked in marketing for a tech startup. I'm a software developer, remote work, steady income. We clicked immediately. The first 6 months were good. We had the same taste in movies, liked the same restaurants, never really fought. When her lease ended, moving in together made sense. My place was bigger, closer to her office. We split everything down the middle. Her ex, Derek, was always somewhere in the background. They dated for 3 years before me. Broke up 8 months before we met. Maya said it ended badly, that he was controlling, that she needed space to find herself. I believed her, but Derek never really left the picture. He was still friends with Rachel, still invited to group events, still showed up at birthday dinners and weekend brunches. Maya always acted weird when he was around. Not sad or uncomfortable, more like she was performing. Laughing louder, touching my arm more, posting us on her Instagram story with captions like, my love, and heart emojis. I noticed she only did that when Derek might see it. 3 months ago, Derek got engaged to Lauren. I found out through Instagram, same as everyone else. Lauren seemed great from what I could tell, worked as a photographer, had that easy confidence some people just have. Maya's mood crashed for a week after the engagement announcement. I'm happy for him, she told me, scrolling through Lauren's photos. I just didn't think he'd move on so fast. It's been almost 2 years, I said. She gave me a look I couldn't quite read. Some people just replace you like you never mattered. I didn't push it, but things shifted after that. Maya started comparing me to Derek in small ways. How he used to plan elaborate date nights. How he always knew what to say at parties. How he had this magnetic personality that made everyone want to be around him. You're more stable, she'd say, like it was a compliment. Derek was exciting but exhausting. You're comfortable. Comfortable. I started noticing other things too. How Maya would check her phone constantly when we were out, especially if Derek might be at the same event. How she'd suddenly care about my outfit if his name came up. How she'd get annoyed if I was too quiet at group dinners. Can you just be more social? She'd hiss in the car afterward. You barely said anything tonight. I was listening to the conversation. You were sitting there like a ghost. It's embarrassing. I should have paid more attention to that word. Embarrassing. Last week, Rachel announced her birthday party. Big rooftop venue, open bar, DJ, the whole setup. Maya was excited. Too excited. She bought a new dress, got her hair done, posted 3 Instagram stories about getting ready. Derek's going to be there, she mentioned casually while doing her makeup. Okay. With Lauren. I figured. She turned to look at me. You're wearing that. I glanced down at my outfit. Dark jeans, button-down shirt. The same thing I'd worn to the last 3 parties. What's wrong with it? Nothing. Never mind. She left early to help Rachel set up. Told me to meet her there at 9. At 8:47 p.m., her text came through. The one about me being pathetic. The one I screenshot. I stood in my apartment, jacket half on, staring at Maya's message. I don't want him seeing the pathetic guy I'm dating right now. Not, I'm sorry, something came up. Not rain check. Just straight to pathetic. I felt something click in my brain. Not anger, not hurt exactly. More like clarity. I'd been comfortable. She'd been settling. I took the screenshot at 8:49 p.m. iPhone habit. Volume up and power button pressed together. The satisfying camera shutter sound. White flash on the screen. Maya's message, perfectly captured. Her name at the top, timestamp visible, exact words preserved. I sat down on my couch, opened Instagram, found Lauren's profile. We followed each other, had exchanged a few messages about photography gear and travel spots. She'd posted a story 2 hours ago, getting ready for the party, Derek in the background adjusting his tie. The caption, date night with my favorite person. I opened our message thread, typed carefully, "Hey Lauren, I know this is random, but I thought you should see this. This is what Maya just sent me about tonight. I'm Derek's ex's current boyfriend. Or I guess ex-boyfriend now." Attached the screenshot. Pressed send at 8:52 p.m. 3 minutes after Maya told me not to come. I didn't add anything else. Didn't need to. The screenshot said everything. Maya's words, her cruelty, her motivation, all documented. Sent to the one person who had the most reason to care about why Maya wanted to look good tonight. I put my phone face down on the coffee table. Changed out of my going out clothes. Put on sweatpants and an old t-shirt. Opened my laptop and queued up a movie I'd been meaning to watch. My phone started buzzing at 8:58 p.m. Lauren had read the message. The read receipt appeared. Then 3 dots. Then nothing. At 9:04 p.m., my phone rang. Unknown number. I didn't answer. At 9:07 p.m., a text from Rachel. "What the hell is happening right now?" I didn't respond. At 9:12 p.m., my phone rang again. Maya's name this time. I let it go to voicemail. She called back immediately. I declined. A text from Maya. "Call me right now." Another call. Another decline. A voice message notification appeared. I didn't listen to it. 9:15 p.m., another text from Rachel. Lauren just confronted Maya in front of everyone. Derek's saying he didn't know anything. Maya's crying. "What did you send, Lauren?" I replied. A screenshot of what Maya texted me tonight. Rachel. "Oh my God." Another call from Maya. Decline. A text from someone named Josh I barely knew. "Bro, did you really send Maya's text to Derek's fiancé? That's cold." I didn't respond to Josh. 9:18 p.m., Maya called for the 7th time. I answered. "What did you do?" Her voice was shaking, half crying, half screaming. "What the fuck did you do?" Music and voices in the background. The party, still going. I sent Lauren the text you sent me. I said, calm, factual. You had no right. That was private. You told me I was pathetic and not to come to a party because you wanted to impress your ex. I thought his fiancé should know. You ruined everything. Lauren's leaving. Derek won't even look at me. Everyone's staring. You made your choice, Maya. I made mine. You're insane. This is psychotic. I'm hanging up now. Don't you dare. I hung up. Blocked her number. Opened Instagram and blocked her there too. The movie started playing. My phone kept buzzing. Update 1. Rachel texted me the full story at 10:30 p.m. after things had calmed down enough for her to step away from her own birthday party. Here's what happened. Lauren received my message at 8:53 p.m. She was standing near the bar with Derek, waiting for drinks. She read it, went completely still, then turned to Derek and showed him her phone without saying a word. Derek's face went white. According to Rachel, who was 3 feet away refilling champagne, Derek immediately said, I didn't know she was doing this. Lauren's response, doing what exactly? Whatever this is. I didn't ask her to. I didn't know she was treating him like that. Lauren screenshot the message I'd sent her, turned, and walked directly across the rooftop to where Maya was standing with a group of mutual friends. Rachel followed, sensing disaster. Lauren held up her phone. Did you send this to your boyfriend tonight? The entire group went quiet. Maya glanced at the screen, and Rachel said her expression went from confused to panicked in half a second. That's out of context, Maya said quickly. That's not what it looks like. Really? Lauren's voice was loud enough that people nearby stopped their conversations. Because it looks like you told your boyfriend he's pathetic and banned him from this party because you wanted to impress my fiancé. Someone gasped. Maya's face flushed red. I didn't mean it like that. We were joking. He knows I was joking. He didn't seem to think it was a joke when he sent this to me. Derek had walked over by this point. Maya, what the hell? Derek, I swear, this is all a misunderstanding. Maya reached for his arm. You know how he is. He's insecure. He's always starting drama. He started drama? Lauren's laugh was sharp. You called him pathetic and told him to stay away so you could, what? Flirt with my fiancé at my friend's birthday party. The crowd around them had grown. Rachel estimated 20 to 30 people were watching by this point. Maya's voice got higher. I wasn't going to flirt with anyone. I just didn't want things to be awkward. Derek and I have history. I was trying to make it less weird. By humiliating your boyfriend? Lauren turned to Derek. Did you ask her to do this? No. Derek looked genuinely horrified. Maya, I'm engaged. I have been for 3 months. I don't know what you thought tonight was going to be. I wasn't thinking anything. Maya was crying now. I just wanted one night where I didn't feel like the pathetic one. The word hung in the air. Lauren stared at her. So you made your boyfriend feel pathetic instead. Maya opened her mouth. Nothing came out. Rachel said the silence lasted about 10 seconds, which felt like an hour. Then Lauren turned to Derek. We're leaving. Derek nodded. Yeah, we are. They walked toward the exit together. Lauren didn't look back. Maya stood there, surrounded by friends who were suddenly very interested in their drinks, the view, anything but her. Someone's phone was recording. Rachel saw at least 3 people with their cameras out. Maya tried to salvage it. He took that text completely wrong. He's always overreacting. This is why we fight all the time. Nobody responded. He's probably making up stories about me right now. You know how guys get when they're dumped. Rachel finally spoke up. Maya, we all just watched Lauren show us the actual screenshot. We read what you wrote. Maya's face crumpled. She grabbed her purse and left. Rachel texted me. I've known Maya for 4 years, and I've never seen her act like that. What else has she said to you? I replied, a lot. Rachel, I believe you. At 11:04 p.m., Maya tried to call me from a different number. I didn't answer. The blocked number called 6 more times over the next hour. I turned off my phone and went to bed. Update 2. I turned my phone back on at 7:30 a.m. 43 notifications. 12 missed calls from numbers I didn't recognize. 8 voicemails. 26 text messages. 3 Instagram DM requests. I made coffee first. Then I started reading. Rachel had texted at midnight. Maya left the party around 9:45. She tried to convince people you edited that screenshot. Nobody's buying it. Also, Lauren just posted a story. I opened Instagram. Lauren's story from 11:52 p.m., a screenshot of Maya's message I'd sent her, with the caption, when someone tells you who they are, believe them. Thank you to the kind person who gave me a heads up about what was really happening tonight. She'd tagged the screenshot. Public. Visible to all 2,400 of her followers, including most of our mutual friend group. The next slide, a photo of her and Derek from earlier in the evening, before the party. Caption, trust and respect aren't negotiable. The DM requests were from 3 of Maya's friends I'd met once or twice. First one, from someone named Becca. Hey, I'm sorry about what happened. I didn't know Maya was like that. None of us did. Second one, from Taylor. This is going to sound random, but Maya told me 6 months ago that you were fine but boring. I didn't think much of it at the time. Now I'm realizing she's been shit-talking you to everyone for a while. Third one, from Derek's younger sister, who I'd never actually spoken to. I saw what happened last night. My brother had no idea Maya was still hung up on him. He's horrified. For what it's worth, Lauren thinks you did the right thing. The group chat I shared with 5 guys from college was exploding. Nathan, dude, saw the Lauren story. Maya really said that to you. Kyle, that's brutal. You good? Jordan, I always thought Maya was weird at parties. Makes sense now. I replied to the group. I'm fine. It's handled. Nathan, by handled you mean you blew up her entire life with one screenshot? I sent her own words to one person. She did the rest herself. Kyle, cold. Respect. At 9:15 a.m., Maya's best friend Vanessa called me. I answered. What you did last night was beyond messed up, she started. Maya told me I was pathetic and not to come to a party because she wanted to look good for her ex. I sent proof of that to his fiancé. Which part was messed up? Silence. She's a mess right now. She's been crying all night. She can't believe you'd humiliate her like that in front of everyone. I didn't humiliate her in front of anyone. I sent a private message to one person. Maya humiliated herself when Lauren showed up and asked questions. You knew Lauren would confront her. I knew Lauren deserved to know the truth. Maya made a mistake. One text. You're going to destroy her over one text. Vanessa, how many times has Maya called me boring? Pathetic? Embarrassing? How many times has she compared me to Derek in front of you? Another silence. You knew, I said. She was venting. That's what girls do. And this is what I do when someone treats me like garbage. We're done. Don't call me again. I hung up. By noon, Maya had deleted all photos of us from her Instagram. By 2 p.m., she posted a story. Sometimes people show their true colors when you least expect it. Manipulation comes in many forms. Rachel screenshotted and sent it to me. She's really trying to flip this. I didn't respond to Maya's story. I didn't need to. Update 3. On day 3, something unexpected happened. Derek messaged me. Hey man, I know we don't know each other well, but I wanted to reach out. Lauren told me what happened at the party, and I want you to know I had zero part in whatever Maya was trying to pull. I'm sorry she treated you like that. I replied, I appreciate that. I know you didn't. Derek, I broke up with Maya 2 years ago because she was obsessed with how things looked to other people. Her entire life was about perception. I thought maybe she'd changed. Guess not. How long was she like that with you? The whole relationship. Everything was about her image. Who we were seen with, what we posted online, how our relationship looked to her friends. It was exhausting. When I told her I wanted to end it, she cried for 3 hours about what people would think. I sat with that for a minute. Derek, Lauren and I looked through some old group photos last night. Maya's in the background of like 6 of them from the past year, always watching us. I never noticed it before. It's kind of disturbing. She took our first anniversary photo down and reposted it the same day you announced your engagement. Jesus. I'm sorry, man. Not your fault. Derek, for what it's worth, Lauren thinks you're a legend. She said most guys would have just shown up and caused a scene. You played it perfectly. The next message came from Josh, the guy who'd called me cold on the night of the party. Hey, I owe you an apology. Maya called me that night and told me you were spreading lies about her and Derek. She made it sound like you were obsessed with their past relationship. Then I saw Lauren's story and talked to Rachel. I'm sorry I believed her version. I didn't respond. Then Taylor, one of the girls who'd DM'd me earlier, sent another message. So I was talking to some of the other girls last night. Turns out Maya has a whole history of this. She dated a guy named Chris before Derek and did basically the same thing. She got weirdly competitive when he started dating someone else. She'd show up at places she knew he'd be, post thirst traps when he was online, try to make him jealous. We all thought it was just messy post-breakup behavior. Now we're realizing it's a pattern. She sent screenshots. Group chat messages from 18 months ago. Maya talking about Derek. I know he's engaged, but I genuinely think he still has feelings for me. He looks at me a certain way at parties. Another message. Lauren's pretty, but she's not his type. He liked girls with edge. She's so basic. Another. I wish I could find a guy who made me feel the way Derek did. My current boyfriend is nice, but there's no spark. The current boyfriend was me. Taylor, I'm sorry. We should have said something. Maya tried one more move. She posted a long Instagram caption about betrayal, toxic masculinity, and how men punish women for having boundaries. She didn't name me directly, but the subtext was obvious. Within 2 hours, 3 separate people had commented with some version of, "This isn't what happened, and you know it." One comment from Rachel. Stop. Maya deleted the post an hour later. She hasn't posted since. 2 weeks after the party, Maya's world had fully collapsed. Rachel told me Maya had been uninvited from 3 upcoming events. A camping trip, a wine tasting, someone's wedding in August where she'd been part of the bridal party. People just don't want the drama, Rachel explained over coffee. And honestly, after hearing how she talked about you, nobody trusts her anymore. If she'd trash talk her own boyfriend like that, what's she saying about the rest of us? Maya had stopped showing up to the usual group hangouts. Rachel heard she'd been telling people she was focusing on herself and eliminating toxic people from her life. But the truth was simpler. Nobody was inviting her anymore. Lauren and Derek were doing fine. They'd actually moved their wedding date up, planned something smaller and more intimate. Lauren posted photos of venue scouting, cake tastings, dress shopping. She looked genuinely happy. Maya had tried to reach out to Derek once, according to his sister. A long text about closure and wanting to clear the air. Derek showed it to Lauren, and they both agreed not to respond. Some people don't deserve closure, Lauren had apparently said. They just want one more chance to manipulate the narrative. Vanessa, Maya's best friend, had quietly unfollowed her on Instagram. So had Taylor and Becca. I noticed because my follower count went up slightly, all three of them had followed me. Maya's Instagram presence had changed too. She'd pivoted to posting vague quotes about growth and healing. Photos of sunsets with captions like, "Sometimes you have to lose people to find yourself." Pictures of solo hiking trips with main character energy captions. The comments were sparse, mostly from acquaintances who didn't know the full story. Her close friends had gone silent. At work, Maya had apparently told her coworkers a sanitized version of events. Something about a mutual breakup, growing apart, wanting different things. But someone from her office followed Lauren, saw the story from the party night, and word spread. Rachel heard Maya had cried in the bathroom at work for an hour after overhearing two coworkers discussing it. Maya tried to move out of my apartment 3 weeks after the party. She'd been staying with Vanessa, but that arrangement had fallen apart. She sent me an email, formal and cold, asking to coordinate a time to get her things. I replied with 3 available time slots. She chose the earliest one. When she showed up, I had everything packed. Her clothes in boxes, her books, her kitchen stuff, her bathroom products. Everything organized and labeled. I'd even separated out anything we'd bought together and marked it as hers to take or leave. She looked around the living room, boxes stacked neatly by the door, and something in her face cracked. "You really want me gone? You told me I was pathetic and not to come to a party." "Yes, I want you gone." I was upset. "I didn't mean it." "You meant it enough to send it." She started crying. "I ruined everything, didn't I?" I didn't answer. She took her boxes and left. I changed the locks the next day. 3 days later, she tried to add me back on Instagram. I deleted the request. 6 weeks after the party, I was doing fine. Better than fine, actually. I'd started going to a climbing gym with Nathan and Kyle. Picked up a photography hobby, something I'd always wanted to try. Spent more time with friends who actually respected me. My apartment felt lighter without Maya's energy filling it. People kept asking if I regretted sending that screenshot. I didn't. Maya had shown me exactly who she was. The text wasn't a one-time mistake or a moment of weakness. It was confirmation of how she'd seen me the entire time. Pathetic, boring, comfortable, an acceptable placeholder until something better came along. The screenshot didn't ruin her life. It just exposed what was already there. Rachel told me Maya had moved to a different part of the city, started hanging out with a new group of people who didn't know the story. She'd apparently told them she'd gotten out of a toxic relationship with a controlling ex who tried to sabotage her friendships. Let her tell whatever version she needs, I said. I'm not part of her story anymore. Derek and Lauren got married in a small ceremony in Napa Valley. I saw the photos on Instagram. Lauren looked radiant. Derek looked genuinely happy. Neither of them mentioned Maya in any post, caption, or speech that Rachel relayed to me. Maya had been completely edited out of their narrative. At week 7, Maya tried one last time. A long email. 2,000 words about growth, therapy, understanding her patterns, recognizing her flaws. She said she'd been wrong about everything, that I deserved better, that she'd spent weeks unpacking why she'd treated me that way, and she finally understood it was her own insecurity. I know I can't undo what I did, she wrote, but I want you to know I see it now. I see how cruel I was. How I used you as emotional insurance while I chased validation from someone who didn't want me. You were the best thing in my life, and I treated you like you were nothing. I'm sorry. The email ended with a question. Do you think we could talk? Just once. I need to apologize to you in person. I read it twice. Thought about it for maybe 30 seconds. Then I moved it to trash. Some apologies aren't about the person being apologized to. They're about the person apologizing, trying to feel better about themselves. Maya wanted closure, wanted to be forgiven, wanted to rewrite herself as someone who'd learned and grown. She could do all that without me. I didn't owe her my time, my energy, or my forgiveness just because she'd finally done the work she should have done 2 years ago. At week 8, I went on a first date with someone I'd met at the climbing gym. Her name was Sophie. She was a graphic designer, funny, direct, had this easy confidence that didn't need validation from anyone. We got coffee, talked for 2 hours. She asked about my last relationship, and I gave her the brief version. So you screenshot one text and sent it to one person and she imploded? Pretty much. Sophie laughed. That's the most efficient breakup I've ever heard of. I like efficiency. Clearly. We went on a second date 3 days later. Maya's Instagram stories appeared occasionally on my feed, always vague quotes about healing and growth. I stopped checking after a while, eventually unfollowed her completely. The lesson was simple. Some people love the idea of you more than they love you. And when someone tells you you're pathetic, believe them the first time. I did. And 20 minutes later, I was free. 3 months after everything, a few small updates. Rachel's birthday party became legendary in our friend group. People still reference the screenshot heard round the rooftop. New people joining the group ask about it, and someone always explains the full story. Lauren and Derek are solid. I saw them at a group dinner last month. Lauren thanked me again, said the party night had actually strengthened their relationship because it forced them to have conversations they'd been avoiding about boundaries with exes. Derek shook my hand and said, "You did me a favor too." I didn't realize Maya was still that hung up. Better to know. Maya apparently dated someone new for about 6 weeks. It ended badly. Vanessa told Rachel that Maya had done the same comparison thing, constantly bringing up me and Derek as reference points. The new guy ended it when he realized he was being measured against ghosts. Sophie and I are still together. 6 months now. She knows the full story, thinks the screenshot move was coldly brilliant, and has never once made me feel like a backup option. When Maya's name comes up in conversation, which is rare now, people just shake their heads. The stories become a cautionary tale in our friend group about treating people with basic respect. Someone asked me last week if I'd ever talk to Maya again if she reached out. No, not even to hear her out. She had 2 years to treat me with respect. She chose not to. I don't need to hear why. The one screenshot I took that night is still in my phone's photo library. I've thought about deleting it, but every time I scroll past it, I remember the feeling of choosing myself over someone who never chose me. So I keep it. A reminder that self-respect isn't negotiable.